Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of the FM26 beta. So I've just noticed there's been a hotfix released. I don't actually know what the hotfix is for. I will try to figure that out while the game loads. But yeah, so what I've done the last day is that I tried to progress a little bit with assessing our players. Now I've actually come across a new bug that I've not noticed before, so show that off as well. So the bug that I'm on about is, we're going to go to database and search, pick attributes. If we go to, say for example, centre back, and you're saying highlight key attributes for the role, and you select centre back, for example, other positions also apply. You see how it takes all the goalkeeping positions. Obviously that's not right, it should be technical rather than goalkeeping. So let's take a screenshot of this so I can report it as a bug. So I believe any position really. No, not all of them. So centre back, okay, that's buggy. So why was that happening before? What if I go back to goalkeeping and then back out into... Is it just centre back then? Okay, the bug disappeared. Just like that. But we did see it just right before our eyes. In any case, I changed approach with the attributes that I was using. So before I was the approach I was going to take, and I might still do this for another club, is that I would go for example, goalkeeper, and select all those attributes, including acceleration, pace, jumping reach, and then lower this down until a player. Oh, actually, hang on, I need to change this as well. Goalkeeper, until we had just a small selection of players, which we do over there. Now, then I came across the bug when I was doing the centre back. See, it's still there. Centre back. For whatever reason, it's stuck on centre back. Okay. And now what I'm doing is a bit different. So I still want players that can play goalkeeper, or whatever position in the field I might be in. So for example, fullback, I think is what we've got at the moment in our tactic. And I'm going to assume that the fact that they are fullback already means they have appropriate attributes. And I'm just going to focus on acceleration, pace, jumping reach, and in this case, heading. And we don't have anyone, maybe? That seems wrong. Surely there must be someone that can be fullback. That doesn't... What? That doesn't look right. Something's wrong. Something's really broken with this database search function. Because that just seems wrong. So does that mean that all of these... And by the way, some of them I've searched before. Can't be... See, she's not even a right back. What? Lottie Day, position, DR. Going to her. Okay. So she, yeah. Something's really wrong here. And look, she can play fullback. She might be a wing back, but she can play fullback. I know I can go, I know what you're going to say. I know I can go here partially. I know that. But surely there must be some player somewhere out there that can play fullback naturally, is what I'm saying. Because essentially I've taken these off. So if I tick these back on and remove all attributes, what's the blocker here? So are they saying that there's really no woman player that can be a right back fullback in possession, or a right back fullback in defense, or that something's not right here? Yeah, like she can do both. Anyway, I'm not happy with the search function. In terms of the release, so if we go to bug tracker, on the, I'm not sure if there is a list of resolved issues. There's a list of known issues, but are they resolved? It'd be nice to know if someone out there has resolved issue, has a link, if there is a list with what they fixed in this hotfix. That would be great to know. I don't think, see if I can load up Steam. I'm not sure if you'll tell me. Where's Steam hidden? There. I'm not sure if you will tell me what the hotfix was. Ba-ba-ba. I might have to go to the store, maybe. Oh, don't want to play that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if there is a list we can see. At least not one that I can easily find. Right, anyway, back to the game. I progressed a little bit. I'm not confident that the database works well. So I might have to change strategy here and do our player searches differently. But just to show you how bad it is, this is what we've got, okay? So I'm going to assume that it is correct for now and continue. But I can't believe that there aren't any players that can play these positions. For example, centre-back. Most centre-backs can play the centre-back position, right? It's not one of those like niche positions. A centre-back position, centre-back. There should be someone that can play that. But apparently Sheffield have none. I don't believe that for a minute. So I think the database strategy is broken. That's not how. That's not a reliable way to evaluate your squad in FM. It's just broken somehow. Okay, so but you will have seen that we've got 2 new players in our squad. One of them, before we go on to Cross, Cara Milne Redhead has been added to the squad. So let's take a look at her. So I got her for the midfield playmaker role. So she's going to be one of our players for that. Backup, so she's not amazing, but I think she'll be a good addition to the team. And the other player we got, we discussed in the last episode, Abby Coney as well. So if you go to Coney, young player, can still develop a bit. So we're going to hope that she'll be a good addition as well. We have way stronger players in the Sheffield squad, but this is just a way to show you like all the pitfalls in the game at the moment. We obviously have better players in the squad. So I could, for example, rather than do scouting the way that I've always done, which is using the database, I could go and rely instead. So if I remove, say for example, if I remove those, apply, and actually I want to evaluate my players, so I'm going to go with Sheffield, and I'm going to remove this constraint. I could go by recommendation, so that's another way that I could do. But even look, sorting by recommendation doesn't appear to sort at all. So I know that this B plus should be followed by the C. So this C should be here. No, it isn't. Anyway, stuff is broken. And that's the same thing for example, if I wanted to then go and find other players, transfer, doubtful, I could again sort this way, and I could scout some of these other players as well. You see, not all of these are being sorted appropriately. There we go. So the database is broken. At least the search function is. Right, so who else have we got? So let's go through the portal now. Sorry, it's a little bit chaotic, but it's because it is chaotic. The game is a little bit broken, and all of it so far just doesn't feel natural, just doesn't flow very well. So that's part of the issue. I'm going to accept this new player. So we've got Emma Cross. She is going to be one of our centre backs. So let's add her to our list. And let's take a look at Emma Cross, 29-year-old. I'd say it's pretty reasonable. She's very determined as well, which will be a nice addition to the squad. And then we've got member staff joining as well. All right, so let's welcome Cross into the team. I'll leave the numbers for now. I think that as far as the club goes, we've hired. We're still waiting on a chief scout, so let's go to transfers. Do I have someone lined up? No. Okay. Let's hire a chief scout, and then finally we're going to look at these staff vacancies for coaching. So let's go to database. Convoluted way to get there is actually just here, actually. And we're going to choose scout. Scout. Yeah, I guess fine. Clear all of that. Just want these two. Okay, that will do. Approach to sign. We want to have a chief scout, so let's have that. Okay, hopefully that person will come across. Now, we have 2 vacancies for coach, I believe. Yeah. So let's look at training. How are we doing there? So, training, coaches. And the way that I've done this is by having one coach having one responsibility only, and then I pick up the slack. So let's employ a defensive coach and a tactical coach, I think. So let's go back to recruitment, staff database. And we're gonna change this to coach. I can do it from here, right? Yeah, okay, that's fine. And we're gonna go defensive. Okay, let me change this to coaching. Let's approach Gabrielle. I want you to be a coach, Gabrielle. Suggest. Okay. Exit. And then we're gonna go, not Gabrielle, sorry, Danielle. And then we're gonna go on for someone that can focus on tactical coaching. That's gone to contract. That's strange. Be coaching. Okay. Coaching. All right. So, Kenwine Jones. Coach. Let's lower this a lot. And that will do. Okay. So now we should have 3 members of staff joining soon as well. I put this back to full screen. Okay, so Emma Taylor is going to join Cambridge on loan. So Emma, she's a very good player. But again, I'm just following the data bit. I might change my strategy, say for example at the next club that I'm in, but I just want to test. That's the whole point of the beta. I'm testing how the game provides you with tools, and if you make decisions based on those tools, you end up making the wrong decisions. I know as a fact that sending Emma Taylor on loan is the wrong decision. She's a great player. She's going to go on loan for a pretty good club, so let's look at the club that she's going to, Cambridge. It's not a club in the WSL, but she's going to get lots of playing time there. It's not even a club in WSL 2, which is where Sheffield is. So we're going to accept Emma Taylor's loan. I'm not going to set a target because I think I'm not going to play with that mechanic right now. Maybe in the next club I'll play with that, but right now I know it's completely the wrong decision to even send her there in the first place. So we're going to just leave that there. Okay. Joy Ralph. Now I don't remember if we already have transfer offers for her. We do. Yeah, no, okay. Let's negotiate this. Okay, by then. So some of the players that we have currently going out, Emma Taylor we discuss. Charlie Bristow, again, another player with great potential. So he's only 17 though, so I think it makes sense. In this case, it makes sense to send her on loan. She's got a couple of offers for her. Oh, no, just one offer. Blackburn. Grace Foy, 20-year-old. Again, quite good potential. And Joy Ralph, that we just discussed. Not great potential there. Physical attributes are not too bad, actually. So, depending on how she develops her mental ability attributes, it is more to do with how she behaves, really, than anything else. Could improve a little bit some of the technicals as well. But yeah, sending her on loan will benefit all of that. And we're bringing in 2 players. So we found this striker from Kosovo that we're going to bring in. And the other player that we're looking to bring in is Sophie Hardwood, 17-year-old, from Arsenal, on a loan. Again, missing some of the key attributes, but to be honest, she's going to be at the back, so she doesn't really need flair. She will need composure, so it'll be interesting to see how she develops there. She is only 17 though, so with some mentoring that might improve. The thing that I'm a bit concerned about is her balance and strength. So those could be problems, but yeah. Now, looking at the squad we have now, if I go to first team, I've selected 3 players that I know are not going to go anywhere. I should now add a few more that have come in. Oh, actually, I can't see Abby. Ah, there you are. Let's promote her. And Emma Cross. She must be already there. Okay. So Abby is going to be one of our DRs, and Emma Cross is going to be one of our centre backs. So at the moment we've got Charlotte Park Simpson, so I'm sticking with her for now for goal. We also have Molly Rose, which is probably one of the best players Sheffield has at the moment. Very good player. And we also have promoted from the youth team Lexi Gorward. Just quite impressed really at some of the attributes that she has. Will be quite impressive for this role. So hopefully we can develop her, and you'd be surprised if you give a young player a chance like this, just how fast they progress. So let's do that. I'm going to pop into training quickly and ask for an update on this, just because we've added a few new players. Continue. Now we haven't played a match yet here in the Sheffield save. Okay, yeah, you can go to Sheffield, where Sheffield. Grace Foy is going to Blackburn. One of the purposes of me sending out all these players as well is in order to recoup some of the budget, which at the moment, as you can see, is very low. So let's try and recoup some money from our wage budget. So now with Grace Foy out of the club, let's see what we've got. Still 1k. Tilly Bristow is also going to go to Blackburn. I don't like it how it automatically reads your first news item. Sophie Hardwood joining our team. So she's going to be... Let me just update my notes. Left back. So she's going to be the wing back really on the left side. So let's accept. Let's make sure that when she joins the club, she'll go straight into the senior team as well. So Joy Ralph, she decided to go for... Oh, hang on. This is another offer. A view offer. I think we're getting better offers from the other guys, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's ask for way more. I always go for 100, because if they say no, then that's fine. Scouting update. If they found some people, that's fine. Keep them coming. Let's see how our wage budget is doing. Okay, got some more money back. Okay, we need to add it to training camp. And we're gonna make sure that Sophie is in the senior squad, and she is. So let's update our mentoring groups. See, I don't like the navigation, it just takes forever. Oh, great. Training, come on. Mentoring. Yes. Okay, it's made the group smaller for some reason. Okay, that's not great. Also, unless you have exactly three players in a mentoring group, it just refuses to draw this graph for you. So what's the point of having this graph? Like, if you're going to bring a feature that's quite a good feature, I like this feature, but if you're not going to make it work with a mentoring group that's not 3 players, then how do I know the impact? You should have just left it as it was then if you weren't going to implement it. So, another little grumble. And we have Danielle as a coach. Great. Okay, we're just waiting for Liz, the striker, to come through, and then we'll have another stab at both sending some of our players out and bringing in some more players, maybe. Let me stop it there. What's this one? No, unless you're going to pay me what I want you to pay, you're not having it. Okay, fine, go away. Sophie Harwood, yeah, okay, attend press conference. Let's start the press conference. How satisfying is it to complete the signing of Sophie Harwood? She's fine. You must be pleased to have secured Sophie. I like to use the low market where I can. She's here to learn, develop, and hopefully help us a bit along the way. If she shows the quality I know she has, then be very pleased. It's her job now to prove herself. I'm going to say this one. All successful teams are built on a strong defensive foundation. Do you see Harwood as a defender who can bring that to the club? I'm not a fan of putting too much pressure on defenders. Let's allow her time to settle before making such bold claims. I have no doubt the quality she possesses. I hope she produces... yeah, let's go with this one. Very confident that Harwood can produce when it matters. I think she's going to make us better in every match. I wouldn't be disappointed if she doesn't. Yeah, fine. What impact do you think signing Harwood will have on Sheffield? So if you can bring us depth. Will you be aiming to keep Harwood at the end? I'm not looking that far ahead right now. Are you concerned that Sophie is of a different age profile to much of the established squad? Will there be a generational gap? I believe everyone can learn from each other and will be a richer squad for that. How will you deal with the inevitable competition for playing time? I'm not looking at it like that. She's a signing we wanted to make for a number of reasons. I want competition places. I want good players to challenge each other. Yeah. Good players find ways to play together. Okay. Will you be looking for Sophie Harwood to perform different roles for your team? No, we have a clear and specific need. Okay, thank you. I don't like press conferences. We'll do them, but I really don't like them. And I feel like the questions are always the same. I will try to answer them honestly, if I can. But sometimes we just know that it's a bit rigged. Okay, so we got our striker coming through the door anytime soon. So we've got some of the players we've been looking at. Okay, so let's meet our new striker. Oh, they've got injured straight away. Man, that's so difficult. Okay, let's talk about the injury. Try not to worry. Okay. Let's meet Liz anyway. So Liz from Kosovo, 31 years old, so a bit of an older player, but I think she'll bring consistency to the squad. Let's look at her history. So she was playing for Sunderland before and Durham before that, and so on. And you can see the history. So she's always played in the English leagues in her career. Abby Thompson, we haven't really met her. Nothing to do there. Okay. Let's attend this meeting. It doesn't appear to be a task that you need to do, but it is. So you have to open this card, and then you go through and decide which ones you want to say yes to. So for example, I want to say yes to these 3. Training, suggestions, mentoring, changing. I'll leave it for now because I'm going to just add Liz as well. I'll leave the coaching assignments as well because I want to tweak those myself. Close that. Okay. Don't really care about that one. No. Reject. Okay, so now that we have Liz, let's do the same thing we've done before, and I'm going to tweak this first. So we've got 1 new coach, don't we? We do, so let's remove that. I'm not a very good coach myself yet, so I haven't got many training badges, so just picking up the slack where I can. We might need to hire someone extra for tactical possessions, getting a bit heavy. Let's do that, and then we're going to look at mentoring groups as well. Assign, yes. Okay, doesn't seem to have made any changes. And I think I'm going to leave it there. But yeah, so we're going to carry on building the squad. I might do this a little bit off camera because I know it's a little bit boring for you guys to watch, but I just want you to be aware that at the moment the game is quite buggy, so you have to take it with a pinch of salt. For example, when I was doing my Hereford save in my other channel, the search function was adamant that one of the players that I found had strength of 10 and he actually had strength of 7. So be careful when you're using the search function for the player database. It has a lot of bugs in it, but I will use it in this club that I'm in at the moment, and it will change strategy as we travel around the world in this save. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.